Okay, so where were we? Think covered this thing. We also covered this thing. Yeah. Now we'll cover all the types of like syntax available in the declarative examples. Okay. Okay. So let's go here.
So mostly these script is sufficient for all type of the pipeline, right?
Right, yeah, all these things are sufficient. Means the main purpose of the Jenkins is just to automate. And Jenkins provides some plugins and we have to use those things. And we have to understand the Jenkins syntax. So once you understand, then you can do any additional things or any advanced thing. Okay, there is nothing else in Jenkins. Jenkins is you just need to understand what is the syntax and then you can write your own scripts. Okay.
Okay.
You just need to understand how to trigger a job. Okay, how many types of jobs are there, what is the parameters, okay, and what is the syntax like here, script timeout, okay, this thing. That's it. Okay, that is the only thing you need.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we already covered the agent. Okay, don't need to cover the agent. Environment we already covered. Oh yeah, let's go to the fail fast. So what is a fail fast? Okay, so suppose if you have like multiple stages, 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are 3 stages, and suppose one of your stage is failing. Okay, okay, but and suppose this stage is failing. Okay, and this will still running. Okay, but we don't want that. Why? Because suppose this thing is you want to clone some file. Okay, after that you need the dependency here. Okay, or rather you need to build some image. Okay, for that you have to complete all these stages. Okay, that should be in success stage. Okay, so in that case what you can use the fail fast command. Okay,
Okay.
so I will show you what is a fail pass. Maybe you are not getting. Uh, let me open. Jenkins theory. So, yeah, yeah. You can see my screen, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's now copy this thing, or I will show you without fail fast. Okay. What things are happening? Okay. So let's go over with the syntax of this pipeline. So this first thing is, as you know, all the declarative pipeline should start with this kind of thing. Okay,
Right.
pipeline. Okay, inside this thing you have to add your all the other syntax. Okay, so this thing you know, agent means on which machine or on which slave we want to run our job. Okay, this
So it's
thing clear. Yeah. Third stage is we have to define multiple stages, right? So for that we will require outside block with the name stages. And inside this stages block, so you can see that curly braces here. So inside this thing, what we are going to do, we are going to define multiple stages. Okay, and what is the stage? Stage is just a we are dividing our functionality. Like suppose if you want to create a Docker build, for that there will be number of steps. Like first you need to clone the repository, then you have to build the image, then you have to run some test cases, right?
right.
These are number of steps. So we are only dividing this pipeline into multiple stages. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to run this particular pipeline. Let's run it. We'll create a new item. We'll go to the pipeline. Let's select my first pipeline. Okay, go below. So in the pipeline script here, you can paste it. Once you pasted it, apply, save. Now build now. Here can you see? Yeah.
Error, failing here.
Yeah, failing. But all these steps are running in parallel manner, right?
Right.
So because why we have added all the stages inside a parallel block.
Okay.
That is why it is what you can say, it is running parallelly. Means here you can say, suppose if you go stage by step, what should be the output? It should first print build job 1, then it will sleep for 2 minutes, then it should print this thing,
Right.
end build job, right? Now
Right.
if you go here, what we are seeing, build job 1 sleeping here, and then here build job 2 sleeping
Right.
for 3 seconds, build job 3. But where is this thing, end build job 1? Okay, it should be like that, na? It should be run, print this thing, then sleep for 2 minutes, then run this thing. But because we have added here parallel, parallel means all these three stages will run parallelly. Okay, so do you know what is meant by parallelization? What is
Yes.
threading, multi-threading? Yeah, in the same concept here applies. So suppose this thing is waiting, it means this thing can take the memory, it can take the CPU. Okay, so now this thing is running parallelly. Okay, so here you can see that build 1, it is sleeping, build job 2, then build job 3, and after sleep is completed, it is printing in build job 1. Okay, got it, na? But now here we are getting failed in branch build job 2. But after this also we are having this line end build job 3. But it should not be like that. If we fail one stage, na, all the stage will not should not run. Okay, means here we are throwing the error. Okay, in the build job 2. Okay, once this is failed, na, we also want this stage also to be failed. It should not run this thing in build job 3. So in that case we will use the this thing, parallel always fail fast, this thing. If we let me run this job again. Here you can see that failed in branch build job 2. Again we are getting failed in branch build job 3, right? But earlier what we are getting end build job 3, right? But now here, because we have added this thing, parallel always fail fast. It means, what's its meaning? Suppose if there any one of the parallel stages is failing, then fail all the other jobs. Okay, all other stages. Okay, so that is why we are getting failed in branch build job 3. But if you observe this job is just printing some lines, right? It should not, should not fail, right? But still it's failing. Why? Because of this thing. So are you getting?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think? What will be the use case of this thing? Why we
So
need it?
because why we need it, because if we will run all the job parallelly, so that is not a, like it may consume more CPU or memory utilization, so better to run one by one, right?
No. So parallel, there is a specific requirement that is why the parallel is here. Okay. So if you use the parallel, the timing will be very less. Okay, because as you know, like suppose some stage is time to download something. Okay, so it will take some time to download. But in the meantime, we can also run the build stage in parallel, because downloading is a different process and building a different process. Okay, so it can help us to reduce the time. Okay, but in some case, what is the case now? Suppose in the stage 1, it, it is like its requirement is to build jar file. Okay, and stage 2 requirement is to prepare some documentation. Okay, suppose now if the building of job jar is failed, then there is no use of preparing the documentation and pushing it to some website, because our jar building is already failed. Okay, so we will not get our output, right? So in that case, what is the use of this? Okay, the job should fail. Are you getting? Suppose this thing is taking like a 10 minutes of time.
Right.
10 minutes of time, and this thing is taking suppose 7 minutes of time. Now we are running our job. Okay, so we are running all these two jobs stages parallelly. Okay, now suppose in the at 3 minutes this thing is failed. Okay, this thing is failed. But if you don't fail this job, what will happen? This will run until like 7 minutes, right? Right. So in that case, our time is wasted now. Why?
Right.
Because already our build is failed. What is use of preparing documentation? Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so understand na fail fast.
Right.
Yeah. Now let's go to the parallel. So we already seen this parallel thing.
Right.
So let's run it again. So in this example, yes, I mentioned the documentation. The fail fast. What is what I have written? So no, okay, right. Now I will run this again parallelly for your understanding. So this is the these are all the stages. Okay, and what you are doing. So this is a non-parallel build. So this is a non-parallel build. So let's see what is the output for non-parallel build. So here it will run till end of the stage. Okay, here you can see that in non-parallel build, sleeping for 2 seconds and end non-parallel build. Okay, so it means it will run this thing. Okay, till the completion. Once this stage is completed, then this stage meaning is here we have to run all the jobs parallelly. Okay, so this thing is non-parallel. It means it will run sequentially. Once this thing is over, then only this thing will run. And what we are doing here we are running parallelly. So if you see the output, what we are saying, build job 1, build job 2, build job 3, and there here we are getting end build job 1.
Right.
Okay, this everything clear, na?
Right.
You are getting, yeah.
Right.
So observe the output also. Okay. Now parallel is over. Let's go with the retry. Yeah. So in some cases, like suppose suppose we are downloading some file, and because of some network issue, that file is not able to download in the first try. Okay. So for that, suppose in that case, if you want to retry that particular steps, okay, because we know that maybe this thing will fail first time, but in the second attempt or third attempt it will be succeeded. In that case we can use the retry block. So let's see the pipeline. What is the pipeline meaning? So here we have added this thing, retry 3. It means it should retry 3 times. Okay, it means we can have any step here. Suppose we want to download some Docker file. Okay, but because of some network issues, it is failing. Okay, so in that case, our pipeline will be useless now.
Yes.
Useless, because suppose all these things are working fine, but only this step is failing one time because of some network issue. Okay, so we have to run this job again. Okay, so instead of running this job again, what we can use? We can use the retry block. So meaning of retry block is, if whatever steps we have written here, if they are giving any error, we will try 3 times. Okay, if the after suppose it is failing first time. Okay, then again it will go to retry. If it is succeeding in the second try, then it will not go again. It will not retry again. Okay, so it will just exit this stage. But if it is failing second time also, it will retry third time. And after third time also it is failing, then it will be failed. There is no support after that. Are you getting what is retry?
Yes, I understood. But what is the use case of this?
Yeah. I will did you got the parallel things right now?
Yeah,
Non-parallel
parallel thing.
Yeah. So use case of retry is like as I said, like suppose you are downloading some large file. Okay, using wgetting, you're downloading some zip file like my code.zip. Okay, suppose I'm downloading this thing and it is like 1.1 GB file. Okay, but because of some network issues, suppose we have completed like 50, we had downloaded around 52 MB. Okay, but because of some network issue, we have not succeeded this thing. It is failing. Wget is failed. Okay, because of some network issue. But instead of rerunning all the whole pipeline, what we can do, we can only retry this thing. We can just run this again. Okay, so do means in your case also like suppose you are downloading some movies. Okay, movie in the first time it will fail. Okay,
Right.
but after download it again it will run now. It happened with us also now. Suppose if you're downloading any software, sometimes it will fail in the middle of the thing, but if you retry it, it will again start, right?
Right.
Yeah, so in that case we can use the retry because of some network issue or some issue. The step is not working fine. Okay, but you know it will be successful even after some retries. Okay, suppose it is failing first time you are downloading, but in the second time it will run. Okay, so in that case you can use the retry. Are you getting is what I want to share?
Yes.
So can you please explain some of the use cases, like in which case you are going to use it?
Like, so retry, if I will tell you the retry means if we are downloading any big software or something, so that if it get failed in once, right? So
Hmm.
it will try again, second one, right?
Right. Yes,
Like
right.
in first it is, if it will get failed in second one, it will try third.
Yes,
But
right.
after that,
Third.
if third will also get failed, then it will fail to it.
Right. Yeah.
Correct?
What if? Well, yes, right. Exactly. But what if it is succeeding in the second time? Then what?
Right. If it is second time, it will pass.
Yes, right. Good. Exactly. Yeah. And what is the use case? What? Suppose.
Suppose if we
Sometimes.
are downloading any big software or something like,
Yes.
so
Yes,
like
right.
it's a very 1 GB, 2 GB. First it
Mm,
download 60 MB
mm,
or maybe 600 MB, but
mm,
second try it will download 850 MB, right? In third time,
right.
100
Mm,
complete 1000 MB, so that it will get like that, right?
mm.
It due to some
Yes,
network
right.
issues, due to some other like if some other like speed is slow, network is
Mm,
breaking, something like that. It might be some other cause
mm,
as well, but
mm,
so benefit of this would be, so it will give you the chance. Otherwise if
mm.
you are not using retry, it will get failed, means if you get failed once, so it will fail, it will
Mm.
not give you the option to retry it, right?
Right. Yeah. So if we not use the retry, the downside is that we have to run this pipeline again, whole pipeline. Okay,
Right.
but we know that all other steps are working fine. Only this thing is going to fail one time, and then if you use the retry block, it will only run this particular stage. Okay.
Right.
So this can happen due to some network issues or DNS issues.
Right.
So
Right.
in that case, you can use this thing.
Right.
Okay. Now we are going to run this thing. Let's see what will be the output. Okay. What is happening with my Jenkins now? 232.598. Now let's run this thing. So here we can say error failing here. Retrying. Now error
Right.
failing here second time. And now
Right.
failed in branch build job 2. Okay, now if you search here, failing, how many times it is occurred? One,
Once, two,
second, third.
third.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
If it is third time failing, means it's failure, right?
Yes, right.
Right.
I will try. Yeah. Now go with the script thing. You are getting all these things. There is no
Right.
doubt, right?
Right. As of now, no. I will do
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Yes. These are the easy things.
Yes.
If you means if you see in the big organization, they are not using all these practices, okay, because nobody knows all these things, all these steps, what is use case of. They will run all the jobs in the sequential manner only, okay. So actually, all those people who are working, only like 30% people know that there are this thing also. Like they can use the retry, they can use the parallel things. Otherwise, what they will do, they only know how to run it sequentially, and they will just write this stages. Okay, that's it. So maybe you will need this thing in your some of the projects. Maybe there is a requirement. Okay, but most of the people don't know that this thing exists also. Means retry is there. We can use this retry thing.
Right.
Okay, now the script block. Yeah. So this is a declarative example, right? So do you know what is a declarative scripted? We have learned these things, right?
Right. Declare where we are declaring, right? We are just one by one, we are putting everything, and scripting means automatic, right?
No. So declarative, as we so what kind of pipeline is this?
Yes, it will start with pipeline, right?
No. Yes, but what kind of pipeline is this? Is it declarative or scripted?
This is declarative.
Right. Why? Because here we have a pipeline, and then
Right.
scripted we start with the node.
Node, right.
Right. We start with node, and scripted means we can write directly a Groovy script, right? But in the pipeline, we don't have such a provision. Like we cannot write like a simple block. Like if you want to write some if block, so it is not possible to directly write it here. Okay.
Right.
For that, what you have to do, you have to write a script block.
Right.
So can you see here? We have script block.
Right.
And here we are defining our definition name Vegito. Okay, now if you do if name equal to Vegito. So this thing is Groovy code. Okay.
Groovy. Okay.
Now let's see.
This much of code.
What?
This much of code writing, why DevOps? So very tough. So this is developer will write or we will run, or
No. This thing is have to write by DevOps only. Okay, so this is just a basic thing. I have written like 300 or 400 lines of code. So you see.
300, 400 times of code.
Yeah, I created libraries, all those things only for Jenkins. And about other languages, I have written some code in the Python as well. Python is like lot of code. I have written a lot of code in Python.
Okay.
But in the Groovy, means it is mandatory to write in this thing only.
Right.
But it is easy, means it is not that hard. Okay, so like in the DevOps, we don't need to write like lot of code, right? Only
Right.
basically you need to know means how to use the if condition. Okay, how to define a variable, how to use it, how to append a string. That's it. You don't have to write a lot of things. You only need to know only basic thing like for loop, how to use the for loop. Second is how to use array or list. Third thing is how to use if block and how to perform string operation. That's it. You only need to learn only these things. Okay, if you know these things, then it is very easy for you, because it is not like any advanced coding. You're writing a basic code.
Okay.
And you can learn like within like 2 days only. It is not that hard.
Okay, but looking hard for me.
No, in the first time, if you saw this, it is difficult because this is new to you, and also the syntax is very difficult.
Yes.
When I started this thing, for me also it was I don't know from where the pipeline starting. Okay, so what is the meaning of this thing? I don't know. I thought the pipeline starting from here or there, and the people will not write a clean code. So if you see the older jobs now, that is lot of mess is there.
Okay.
But if you know the basic, then you will know that from where pipeline is starting. what is use of these stages and all these things.
Okay.
Okay, but only focus on this thing. So you are getting this thing, no? Means what is a pipeline? Then
Right.
you have to define the stages block. Then there is a stages, and then there is a parallel. You got this thing, na? Yes.
Right.
There is no doubt, right? So you can write a simple job, right? Having two
Right.
stages. Yeah. So just practice this thing. Once you practice, na, means you will get a good confidence. Because
Oh.
it's same thing happened with the Docker, na? When you started practice, it means you got some confidence. Same thing here also. If you start build the jobs, then it is very easy. Okay. Okay, now let's move toward the script thing. So if you want to write some custom script means Groovy script, then for that you have to use the script block. Inside this script block, here only you can write some Groovy code. Otherwise, you cannot write anywhere here. Okay.
Okay.
For that you have to use script block, and here you can write any loop and if condition, all those things. So what is use case of this thing? So suppose if we have like multiple environments and we are passing one environment and we have to compare it, and depending upon that particular environment we have to run the specific commands or specific stage. In that case we can use this block. I'll show you. So here you can see that we are getting this line. Yes, here because here we are setting this Vegeto, that is why we are getting println yes. So you know what is the if condition?
Yes. If this
Thing
name
is
equal to Vegito, then print yes. As print no.
right. Suppose I change this to the like Goku. I'm replaying it. So you will get a no.
Right.
Here you can see we are getting no. So these are the basic things. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now we done with the script block. Now let's move to the tools. So what is the tools? Like we know, like we are going to use different tools like Maven, Java, Gradle, Python, right?
Right. Right.
And what if you want to use all the same things on your sleeve? Okay, so what you can do for that, you can configure those things in a global tool configuration. Okay, here means there is a plugin are available there. Okay, on the Jenkins plugin site, like Maven plugin, SonarQube plugin, you can use those plugin. Once you install those plugins, now if you go here, like go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, then global tool configuration. So here you can see that there are different tools available, like Git is here, Maven is here, Docker is here. Okay, so like same thing for SonarQube. Okay, if you want to configure all these things globally, all these tools globally, then what you're going to do, you're going to install their plugin. Once you installed it, then go to manage Jenkins, global tool configuration, go below, and here just go to particular tool name Maven, and now I want to install Maven, like I want I want to install Maven 3.6. Just click here, and this is just identifier. You can give any name here. Okay, just remember this name. We are giving Maven 3.6. Okay, version is this thing. And apply. Click on save. Now suppose some of our pipelines is named Maven. Okay, then you don't need to install it manually. Once you configure in the plugin, okay, you have configured this thing in plugin. Now go here, go to the job. So I will show you what is the pipeline. So what we are defining here pipeline, here we have tools block. Okay, the tools block we are going to define, we want to use the Maven. Okay, and what is their configuration? It is a 3.9. Okay, so it is a ID. Okay, now in the our stages we can define the shell block. Shell block means it will run the bash commands, right? So if you do Maven hyphen version, you can see it will be using this thing. So it will automatically configure Maven on your slave. So now I'm going to run this thing and it is going to fail. Okay, it is failing. Why it is failing? Any idea?
Because no idea.
Yeah, right. Because as I said to you, just observe the name thing. So it is saying the tool type Maven does not have the installation of Maven 3.9 configured. It means just go back to manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. And here you can see in the Maven installation, we have this ID. We have given this name as a 3_6, right? But we are using 3_9. So it is a wrong thing. So just update it. So just update it this thing with the 3_6.
Okay, got it.
Now you can see here we are using Maven version. Okay, this is the Maven command, hyphen version. And here you can see that Apache Maven 3.6.3. Got it now?
Got it.
And also, if you want to use like multiple Maven things, like suppose for some project you are required Maven 3.6, and for some project you are required like Maven 3.9. Okay, so you can see that here you can give any name. Okay, you can give like latest. That's it. My latest. Okay, you can give it any name here. Once it is done, click on apply, click on save. Save. Now go here and here just use the same thing. Now we are given the name is a my latest, right? Now run. What do you see here? Maven 3.9.1. Right? You got it now?
Got it.
Yeah. So you can give any name, okay, and you can use it multiple times also. Like suppose different software requires it for require different version. Like we have here installed 3.6 as well as 3.9. Okay. Okay. Tools block is over. Now go to the when thing. Okay. So when thing is like a condition. If you want to run a particular stages, only if this particular condition matches. Like in this pipeline. Here, what is the condition? Here condition is that if the environment with this name has the value this, then only run this. Okay. Now let's run this thing and observe the difference. Click on run. So here you are seeing this is running, right? You are getting this output.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Because name one has a value Vegito. Okay. Now suppose I am changing this to the in the condition we are changing name one value is equal to Omkar. Run these steps or run these steps only if this condition matches. Got it, na?
Got it.
Yeah. So if you run this thing again, what you'll see, you'll see. Let's observe the difference. So what are you seeing?
Success.
Nothing. Yeah, but you are seeing nothing. Why?
Skipped.
Yeah,
Due
skip.
to some
Why
condition.
skip? Yeah,
Because
because
when,
of this condition. Yeah.
right.
When. Okay. So there are different things are available in the when. Like suppose if you expecting this value to be equal to expected, this means it should be equal to this value. Okay, then only run this thing. Okay. Next thing is this thing already uploaded. Yeah, expression. Like suppose if you want to add some expression like age is equal to this thing, then only run this thing. Okay. So do you want me to cover all these things or you can use?
Yeah, it's fine. I will try with my.
Okay. So it is all. easy thing. Let's do one, two. Like here, if age is equal to 31110, okay, then only run this step. But here we are going to get error. Why?
Java plugged in error or something.
No. Why?
Can you-
Because here we haven't defined a pipeline. Okay, our syntax is wrong.
Okay, got it.
Still, we are going to get error. Let's run it and see the error.
It's saying workflow is empty.
Empty variable. Remove the property or add some content.
Yes.
So I guess.
Well, there is no meaning because we have already given the value, right?
Yes, wait a minute. Something is wrong. I'm missing something. No, why we are getting this error? It should not. Okay, sorry. So what happened? If you go back here, it should be like expression. No? How less? So if you're getting this thing error, we can search on the internet as well. Go to the. So it should be like this expression. Okay, so we are missing this thing expression block. So if you go here, so here you can see there are number of blocks now. So it is just a blocks play. Okay, so for each and every what's thing, what should I say? Stage, not stage, but for each and every feature we have to use some block. Okay, like for pipeline, this is a block. For stages, we have this block. For the only stage, we have this block. For when, we have this block. Okay, so here we just need to remember different blocks. Okay, now here we are getting skip due to the when condition. Now suppose I'm changing this age to the 3110, then it will run. This is running. Got it now?
Got it.
Okay, now this thing is covered. Now go to the input. So it is not overloaded, na? Means you are understanding this thing. Or do you want me to stop?
This for this.
Okay. Or do you want me to stop? If you want, if you think it is too much, then just say this thing. Okay,
Yeah,
then
better,
you can stop.
better if we can stop here, so we can continue tomorrow.
Okay. Just do the practice. Okay. Once you do the practice, you will get some like confidence.
Right.
So tomorrow we will have like input, post, options, and parameters. Again, we have different parameters. We are going to cover this thing, the trigger. Okay. So again, in the scheme, same thing. Whatever you have covered here, like in the declarative thing, we are going to cover same thing in the scripted as well.
Okay.
So you can write both kind of pipelines, scripted as well as the declarative. Once that is over, we can use the with credentials, or I think we can skip this thing. Or we are going to come back this time in the last thing. Okay. So after this thing, we are going to write a simple Docker build pipeline. Okay. I think you are very good to learn this thing, right? This thing, multi-branch.
Right.
So once this thing is over, we are going to jump to this thing.
Right.
Okay, so before this, just practice the simple examples related to this thing. Then you
Sure.
can easily write this thing.
Sure.
Right? Be familiar with all the Jenkins. So, yeah, wait a minute. What was the URL? 13.232.5. Yeah. So be familiar with all the Jenkins URL. So what is use of this people? I think you do, basic thing is go to manage Jenkins. Here, what are the options? What is the content of this particular options? So what is use of this? Manage nodes and clouds.
Manage nodes and cloud. To this is a plugin which we have to add it, right?
Yeah, but what is use of this thing?
To just run and control the various node and Jenkins run on, add, remove, control, monitor the various node and Jenkins run on. I don't know.
Yeah, so we have used this thing to add a slave to your.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so you have to familiar with this thing. Okay, what is the UI of this thing?
Tomorrow I will do
Just
the.
go to go to manage Jenkins, see all the options. So what is in the configure system? What is the manage plugins? Okay, how to add a credentials?
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
these things are basic things. Just familiar, get familiar with all these things, all these options. Mainly focus on this thing: manage nodes, this plugins, and credentials.
Okay, okay, okay.
Below thing is not that much important. It's just the for information.
Okay, okay.
Mainly we are going to use the credentials thing, node thing, 1, 2, and if you want to learn RBAC how to create a user, maybe we can include that as well. Okay, how to create add a user, giving the permission.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I guess this is the enough for today. So
Right, right, right.
do practice. Okay, just we'll meet tomorrow.